So I have this video titled "Men Suck." Okay, so I don't want you guys to think that this is some video of like a woman that's trashing men. It's not that. It's just she's gonna be talking about her experiences. Okay, I wouldn't want to put that on my channel where like a girl's talking crap about men, or a man talking crap about women. I wouldn't want to put that stuff on my channel. Okay, because it doesn't serve anybody well, and it just makes the other person feel ashamed of being that gender or that sex. So we're just gonna go ahead and watch this, and then men, there's a reason why it says trigger warning. Please be respectful, okay, and try to put yourself in a position where you can try your best to understand her using examples in your own life, okay? And women, I'm gonna be talking about stuff that like pertains to men. You know, same advice goes to you guys as well. Just be respectful. Don't be no obscene stuff, no disrespectful comments. Yeah, this is gonna be pretty interesting. Let's watch it.
I get catcalled and flirted with on a regular basis, but today, I don't know what the fuck was in the air, if it's because a lot of new people are in Denver for the fucking abs, or what the fuck is going on, but I could not handle it today. Like, I just got off work, and I've been fucking crying. I've never came on this app and made a video of me fucking crying like this, but let me tell you about every single thing that has fucking happened to me today. Aside from middle-aged men repeatedly complimenting me in very weird ways during our transactions, because I work at a gas station. Aside from that, I was wheeling the trash can out, the big dumpster, I was wheeling it out, and this scary ass man says, "You need help with that, pretty mamas?" And I said, "Nah, bro, I'm good." And he goes, "Yeah, well, just let me know. I'll come back later." That's not fucking terrifying at all.
Yeah, I never understood why like some people would just go up to random people, like especially like when it comes to a woman. You wouldn't want to go up to a woman because a woman, like the first thing that's gonna come to mind is this guy gonna attack me? Is this guy gonna kidnap me? Like, I mean, obviously when we were little kids, like they used to tell us like don't talk to strangers because they'll kidnap you, and it's mostly directed to kids because kids aren't exactly that strong. They can't defend themselves. You know, and I think the same thing applies to a woman because you know, looking at her frame, she doesn't exactly look like she can like bust out like Bruce Lee moves or you know, be Rambo on the field. It's obvious, right? So I just never understood why men would do this. I remember hearing a story too where like, you know, I had a friend who was walking down the street, right? And she was going home late from work, and then she had two guys not approach her, but like slow down the car and drove right next to her and said, "Hey, do you need a lift? Do you need a lift?" Bro, late at night, you're going up to a girl, asking them they need a lift. You might be the nicest guy ever, but what makes you think that that's a smart idea to get into a person's car? It's not a smart idea to get into a person's car to give a person a ride. Me as a guy, if I see a woman walking down the street, I am not gonna go up to her. I'm not. Now, some men and women are probably gonna be thinking like, why? Like, you're just gonna let her walk alone? Dude, I have no choice but to let her walk alone, because I could just go up to her and freak her out by telling her she needs a ride, or she could just walk away feeling a little more safer than usual because I didn't approach her. You know? So there's that. When you put it from the perspective, when you look at it from a third person point of view, it looks terrible, right? But when you look at it from when you're the actual person that's being asked for the ride, like, it's terrifying. So you might as well just not do it. Even though it looks terrible on me, I still shouldn't do it, because then she's terrified, and then I feel like I'm a creep and a stalker, and everybody loses. And then because I feel like that, then I could potentially get upset. Well, not me, because I would never do it, and I wouldn't want to get upset at that, because that's just common sense. Why would I want to get upset at somebody who's like using logic to, you know, save their own life? But for somebody, they might take that the wrong way, and then, you know, things can get violently crazy there. So
While I'm emptying the trash in the 30-minute span that it takes me to empty all 9 trash cans, 3 motherfuckers drove by and whistled at me and catcalled me. I had 5 different men ask for my numbers who were at least 20 years older than me. There was one interaction with two guys who were closer to my age, actually, and the whole time it was, "You're cute. Can I get your number? What's your name? You're so hot." Blah, blah, blah. The entire time. The entire time.
This is where I start to be like, okay, I don't understand. What are these guys saying? What's going on? You know, because to any man and women, this is kind of what I want to like. Don't be turned off or anything, because I really want you guys to understand like how men really like look at this. You know, like if you can understand us, then we can understand each other, because then we can have a conversation and understand how we think. Okay, when I look at this, the way I see this is I don't understand that, because I have never been complimented. I've never been told any of that stuff. And it's hard for me to imagine that somebody's getting complimented this much. To me, she just looks like an average girl. She doesn't look all that super hot or anything. You know, she's just a normal girl. So that's why it's very difficult for me to believe that like somebody can get complimented this much. You know, and of course we are human as well, and so we kind of tend to use hyperbole to draw a story, which, if you guys don't know what hyperbole means, it means exaggerated details. Okay, and so whenever we tell a story, we tend to like kind of like tell it in our own perspective, and we use these literary devices like, you know, repetition, hyperbole, to kind of tell the story and to kind of like win people to our side, you know. So that's what I want to know. Like, what are these guys saying to you that like it's really like that bad, you know? Now I get it, you know. There's always gonna be people that are gonna say really bad stuff, you know. But like when she says this, like, you know, that you're cute, that you're so hot, what exactly does that mean to people, you know? What does that mean to women, you know? Because when you have like people like, I'm sure you guys know who he is, Hasan Piker. He wants to be treated like me, you know. He wants to be like told over and over and over again that he's like this hot piece of ass. Like,
you didn't even know your last name. I don't care. I love being treated like a piece of meat. Okay, I was fat for my whole life. I don't have a problem being objectified. I don't give a shit. You were fat for a couple years. Get over it. A couple years. Like, there's so many cope and seethe fucking Reddit posts with people just like literally losing their shit about how like people only watch him because he's hot, and I'm like, yeah, please. Tell me more. Tell me more about that. That's true. People literally are just like, wow, I cannot believe he's just a piece of ass. People only watch him because he's fucking smart. He's just a bimbo. He's just a dumb bimbo. I'm like, yeah, okay.
You know, so to me, to us men, it's very foreign when we hear this stuff, you know? And this is why it gets very difficult for us to like put ourselves in a position where we're being complimented so much. Luckily though, however, I'm an artist. Well, I was an artist. I used to upload a lot on my Instagram, and I would constantly be told and complimented that my art is amazing. At some point, it never really ever bothered me that so many people were complimenting me, but it really didn't do much after a while. After a while, I was just kind of jaded and just like, okay, thank you, I really appreciate it, you know. And I'll always be grateful nonetheless, you know. But still, like, I never saw it as like a chore, or I never saw it as a burden, but she sees it as a burden, which I don't think that it's so much about like her getting complimented, but I think it's because she's already been through so much stuff, like so many obscene situations, that she now sees a regular compliment as like a potential insult. You know what I mean? That's the best way I can understand that. So I don't know, you know. I women, please help me out, because I really don't understand this.
Buy your shit and leave. Every time I would walk to my car, I would get whistled at. Every single time. Every single time. I'm really trying to keep myself composed right now, but the end of my night, the end of my shift is really what set me off. I'm standing there, clocking out, and a man is standing there staring at me. I turn around, and he's making a very disgusting face at me. I give him a weird look, and he goes, "You need to lighten up, pretty girl." I should have said, "Shut the fuck up."
So my camera turned off because it got too hot. But it's okay. I'll just go ahead and talk without the camera. So here's the thing, okay? First off, yeah, I can understand that, all right? The guy, he's just staring at you. You don't want to be stared at, okay? Just because we don't know what you're thinking. For all we know, you could probably be having a fantasy, some sick fantasy, and we're right there just like having a look at you, looking at us. It could potentially be weird, okay? However, this also, like, this part about like her like wanting to like tell him to shut the F up, I feel like that could potentially escalate things dramatically. And this is one thing that I kind of want to just let women know, like, women, don't, whatever you do, don't ever try to, like, I know it's very hard, I know it's very, very difficult for women to do this because you guys just want to let them have it, but I promise you, if you do this, it could potentially put you in danger. Because if you do that to the wrong guy, it man, it's gonna escalate things, not only physically, but it can get very violent as well. And you don't want to be in that position because most likely you're not gonna win against a man who has physical attributes that are a lot more efficient than yours. It's definitely something you don't want to do. But yeah, that's what I can tell you guys right now. So all right, let's move forward.
But I just kept walking. I really regret not saying shut the fuck up because I was clocked out at that point. I could have.
No, that was actually the smartest thing you could have done. Don't think that was the weakest thing. That was probably the smartest thing you could have done, because yeah, it could have like gotten very dangerous if you would have said shut the F up.
And then as I'm walking out to my car, these guys in a truck are driving next to me slowly while whistling and yelling obscene shit at me. I hate being a fucking girl, bro. I hate it. This is literally what I wore to work today. A fucking t-shirt and leggings. I don't...
Real quick, hang on, let me... There you go. We'll have that smile. Listen, this is one thing, okay? I think both sexes hate being themselves a lot. You know, women hate being complimented over and over and over again, while men get none of that. And I don't know if men hate themselves. I know I don't hate myself, but at the same time, I kind of do wish that I would just be complimented every now and then, okay? Not to the degree that she gets complimented, because I can imagine that would probably be annoying. I can imagine, okay? I could imagine this. A woman, so many women coming up to me trying to talk to me, especially when I'm on like my walks at the park. That time I want to be completely left alone, because I want to be left alone with my own thoughts, because I have a lot of things that I want to think about. I would not like it if I had women after women after woman after woman coming up to me trying to like say something. But then again, I don't know how I would react, because I can only put myself in that situation so much before reality starts to come in. I've never experienced that, so I don't know how I would react. But nonetheless, I think both sexes hate themselves in some degree.
I don't know, man.
That's unfortunate, and I kind of want to just go over the comment section right here. Okay, so let me take myself off if that's gonna be the case. All right, so no one deserves this. I'm sorry, honey. I mean, I'm sorry this happened to you. Sending my support. Okay, maybe there are Andrew Tate followers. I don't think Andrew Tate ever encourages people or men to go up to women. I think Andrew Tate's philosophy is more of like, be the best man you can, and then women will come up to you. But I don't know. Maybe this woman's heard him say go out to women, but I've never heard Andrew Tate say something like that. I work customer service at the grocery store. People were absolutely ridiculous today. I'm so sorry. Let's see what else. You know what's really weird that I thought about recently? I was hit on so much while I was underage. Once I was overage, radio silent. Yeah, I think that it's because of this rhetoric that goes around online that says that once a woman has hit a certain age, they have quote unquote hit the wall, which I feel like that phrase itself absolutely objectifies women to a really high degree. Terrible, terrible. And I think that's why women don't really get hit on anymore once they're much older, because of that kind of rhetoric, which is definitely detrimental to young men and women. It must be so exhausting. I'm so darling. I'm so sorry, darling. None of that is okay. Nobody fully understands it until it really happens to them. Exactly. Let's see what some of the people say. I'm a guy and I'm really sorry this happened to you. We aren't all like this. Sorry. It's because, again, like, she even described how, like, some men were telling her that she's cute and she's hot. Again, like, it depends on what they were saying too, because just for those comments, like, for her to, like, feel like this, there has to be more to the story than just that. I feel like she's just simplifying it to keep it short. We in switch places. Don't understand what that means. I hear you, sis. I work at a gas station too and deal with this daily. What do you mean? I fully understand it. I wouldn't have commented that if I didn't understand. Wait, what did she say? Nobody fully understands it until it really happens to them. Read the room. My 19-year-old daughter had a man follow her home from work one night. He waited in his car and drove 25 kilometers following her. I had to chase him in my car. That is scary, dude. This is definitely not okay, okay? That is definitely not okay. Wear a wedding ring. Wear a red wedding ring. It works for me, girl. I'm sorry for that happening to you. That's actually a good idea. Agree. I've been catcalled by women driving by and also barking at me. What? This has to be a lie. This has to be a guy. I've been catcalled by a woman driving by and also barking at me, and then yelled, "You're cute," and it made me laugh, but it's not cool. What do you mean, bro? Shut up, dude. I feel like he's trying so hard to relate. Whoa, this spoke to me. Thank you. I feel like only a woman really can understand this, because, dude, if this is a man or a woman, okay, if this is a man, all right, and you get catcalled by a woman, why would you feel like it's not okay? Because you think that just because women are saying that it's not okay, you think that when a woman does it to you, it's not okay? Bro, when a woman says that it's not okay, it's because they most likely are scared because they don't know this person. They feel like this man is gonna do something to them. When a woman does it to a man, we're not scared of it because we know that this woman is just joking around. She's not gonna do anything to us. I mean, do you really think that she's gonna bust out an RKO and just take us down? Do you really think she's gonna be able to suplex us onto the ground or power bomb us? No, they're not gonna do any of that stuff. Now, obviously, I'm exaggerating. I'm using hyperbole, okay? What I'm really trying to say is, are they gonna fight us, or are they gonna try to kidnap us or anything like that? No, you know, obviously, yeah, that's a straw man, but I kind of have to draw up a scenario in this case. Whoa, this spoke to me. Thank you. Right, it feels like they don't even think you're an actual human person. I don't know how to take the fact that someone sees me as a thing. Girl, get a concealed carry. No, this is absolutely terrible advice, at least in my opinion, because I feel like if you want to, and this is the creator, dude, let me tell you, even if you were to get a weapon, right, it's not just as simple as just pointing a gun and just shooting at them. No, there's like this emotional barrier that you have to like understand that you're gonna experience when you're in that situation. Do you really think that you could pull a trigger on a man? Do you really think that you're gonna be able to pull a trigger and then just call it a day, go back home, you know, put on your Superman pajamas and call it a night? No, you're not gonna be able to do that. Absolutely, you're not gonna do that. Instead, what's gonna happen is you're probably gonna flinch. You're probably gonna go into a paralysis. You're probably not gonna be able to shoot him because you're gonna start thinking like, what if I shoot this guy? What if I kill this guy? And if you were to say, hypothetically, eliminate this guy from existence, what do you think would happen? You think that it's just gonna end there? Absolutely not. Now you're gonna have to deal with the legal troubles, and then most importantly, every night that you go to sleep, you're probably gonna be thinking about this man, how you just ended a person's life, and now this person, you're probably gonna have like an existential crisis, and you're gonna have to deal with that. I don't know, man, but it just seems like so much work just for like, I don't know, just to defend yourself. I have no solutions. I really don't know. I think the best one was the one that we just read earlier, of like how you have to like wear a wedding ring. I think that was a good, that's a good tip. Okay, so one thing that I want to propose is that men should not approach women, okay? Because then stuff like this happens. What I think should happen is that women should approach men. And hear me out, okay? Hear me out. I know that some women are probably going to be turned off by this, including men. Men are going to be turned off by this. But listen, think about it. A man approaching a woman was taboo in society. Do you really think that a woman will ever experience this again? No, right? I also want to bring up this article because I think that this is very important. And the reason why I say that women should go up to men is because more and more men are starting to not interact with women. They're not going up to them as frequently as it was before. And this article kind of like explains it all. But I'm just going to go over it briefly because I'm not going to read it here. I already read it, but I'm going to leave it down in the link below if you really want to read about it. But it says here about 82% of women said that they experience creepy behaviors from men, which is why I don't approach women anymore. I don't. I'll go up to people that I frequently see and I'll compliment them. But as far as cold approaching, I won't cold approach a woman anymore. Even when I'm at the gym, I'm a little hesitant to go up to women to see like how many sets they have, only because I kind of fear the repercussions. I don't know what it could potentially lead to, and I don't want to end up in a situation like that. Luckily, I have my sister, and I'll ask my sister, can she go ask that person? Because I'm just too afraid to go up to him, man. Anything can happen. That's what I'm here to propose to you guys, and hopefully you guys heard her out, and heard me out. And yeah, let's have a discussion about this in the comment section.